Conjuring: The Last Rites, supposedly the final Conjuring film. Mainline film, I think. I'm sure they're going to keep the door open to spin-offs because this franchise prints money. Even the stinkiest garbage that spawns from it, like The Nun and The Nun 2. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. I saw both of those films and I couldn't tell you a single scene in them. I'm going to get off on a side tangent. I don't need to blabber about that. I'm here to yap about the final Conjuring movie. Is it a banger, or does it kind of go out sad with a little whimper? Well, sorry to say, sports fans, I don't necessarily think it's like a high note. I don't think it's bad. It's definitely better than the third one. The Devil Made Me Do It. Again, that's a movie I watched, and I couldn't tell you a single thing that happened there. Fucking devil came in and put poop in my pants. I have no idea. But I can at least say this one I will probably remember. So that's good. I don't think it's like amazing though. It just follows the exact same formula every Conjuring movie has followed. It doesn't try to switch it up in regards to its scares. But where I think the movie actually does a good job is its character work. It has over a decade of building Ed and Lorraine Warren. So by this point, I'm pretty invested in these characters. I actually do care about them. I actually still remember seeing the first Conjuring movie in theaters, and it was a very good time. It was one of like the few horror movies at the time that I went to a movie theater to watch. I wasn't seeing movies as actively back in 2013 when that puppy dropped, and it was fun with my friends. So like I do like the franchise. I just think it kind of became almost like a parody of itself. It just is so formulaic at this point. It just feels like they do it because they know it'll make them money, not necessarily because they want to. But in this film, I can at least say it seems like they wanted to send this movie off as like a love letter to these characters they've built for over a decade, and I appreciate that. That is definitely the standout of this movie. Ed and Lorraine Warren get a lot of fleshing out. They get a lot of time devoted to just seeing them interact with each other, and their daughter, Judy, who is a very big character in this film as well. Given the circumstances of her birth with demonic entities nearly killing her, that demonic entity is the only one Ed and Lorraine had ever run from, and now they gotta square off again, throw up in some pugilistic combat. A biblical smackdown ensues to save their daughter's soul. They do make a weird decision, though, where the main scary center, like the headquarters of Fright, which is a Pennsylvania home of the Smurls, based on, like, a case from the 80s with the Smurls claiming that their house was haunted and all of that. They actually don't get involved in that until, like, I don't know, 30 minutes, 40-ish minutes left of the film. Like, for the vast majority of this film, you just kind of see the Warrens hanging out, which is actually kind of okay because, like I said, I kind of care about the characters at this point, and seeing Ed come to terms with getting older and like them dealing with retirement and not being as popular as they once were and trying to figure out like, well, what's next? What's this next chapter in our life? It was actually kind of interesting. Like I found myself caring, which is good. But of course, it's a horror movie. Like that's not going to be where they put all their eggs in. It's obviously going to mainly be about the scares, which they don't do anything different with. Every single scene plays out exactly the same when it comes to trying to get you on edge. They go into a room in the Smurl house, and something's a little off. Wait a minute. The doll's moving around, but I just set the doll over there. Why is the doll moving around? Then the doll stops. The music is getting tense. She goes to pick up the doll. Everything stops. No sound. They stare at each other. Sets the doll down. You're expecting a jump scare. No jump scare. Then she turns around. Bing! Bang! Boom! Huge noise! Big eruption of noise because there's a scary face there now. It's just lame. It's not scary. It's not even like startling anymore at this point. It's just kind of sad. Like, I get jump scares are always going to be integral to like a mainstream horror movie. I understand that, and it doesn't bother me. In fact, I've even argued in support of jump scares being present in horror movies because I do think there is like that tension that builds up and a jump scare coming through to like cash in on it and even be like this release of all that tension. Like it can be a very good tool. But here, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't work. You've seen every single setup before. And even in this film, they do the exact same setup every single time with no deviation at all. I mean it. Every single jump scare is that exact formula I just laid out there. Like, to a T. It's just so played out. And it seems like they wanted to do something a bit more creative when it comes to cinematography. There are some shots in here that I found myself thinking, oh, that's pretty cool. I wonder what they're going to do with it. Oh, yep, no, here it comes. It's just going to be another generic jump scare. And it's a shame, because they do have some cool-looking shots here. But they then just, instead of like doing something unique with it, they just then start going back down the tried and true formula that is so played out with like a big boo moment. Another thing I am so beyond tired of, and it's not just The Conjuring that was guilty of this sin, it's a very standard horror cliche when it comes to possession films. They set up the demon, like this presence, as like a very powerful creature. Granted, all it ever really does is like show itself doing like a big smile in like a reflection or something to like startle someone, or it can like throw a chair or close a door or flicker the lights on and off like Nosferatu from SpongeBob. The point is, it's supposed to be like really strong. And in this movie, it does showcase some like real big power. It can trap people in a genjutsu, and it has people even kill themselves while like in this like fugue state it traps them in. Yet, when it comes to like the final climactic battle, we're getting into spoilers, obviously. Big spoiler warning, here it is. Just like in other Conjuring movies, where it's like the big showdown between the Warrens and the demon, it always just lets it happen. And it's not just in The Conjuring. Like, every horror movie with the demonic possession, it's like the demon is the most, like, bumbling fucking moron hell had to offer. Like, it just refuses to use its power to save itself or, like, stop the threat. It just lets it happen. It's like it enjoys being thwarted. It's just part of, like, the fun. It's like its favorite pastime is losing. Just being a colossal fucking loser. So, like, this demon has shown that it has the ability to trap people in these states. And it does it to the Warrens. It does it to someone else that kills themselves. And then, when the Warrens are, like, directly fighting it, it doesn't. It stops doing that. It no longer wants to trap them or isolate them or anything like that. It just lets them work together to read the scripture to beat it. And, like just stop it in its tracks. But not only that, let's say maybe they were just so mentally strong that it cast out the demon's ability to grab hold of their mind. Okay, fair enough. But it also showed that it had the ability to seal doors. Like, literally just stop doors from working, close things at will. In the scene where it possesses Judy, it takes Judy to the attic to hang her. And while they have Judy under their control and are hanging Judy, well, the Warrens just climb into the attic and stop it because the demon left the ladder to the attic down. Instead of sealing the attic, which would have 100% been checkmate, it just leaves it down there. And then after they free Judy, then it seals the attic. So after it has already lost hold of Judy and its plan stopped, then it decides to seal the attic. Why wouldn't it just do that to make sure Judy is as isolated from everyone as possible so they cannot get to her? It makes no sense. For these movies to work, they have to, like, nerf all of the demon's thinking processes at the end of the film, so that way the final battle can happen. Because if the demon just did what it was already doing throughout the film, which was basically just, like, tormenting and, like, making people miserable for fun, but even if it was doing, like, that, when it was trying to enact its plan of killing Judy, it would have succeeded if it just kept doing, like, sealing the attic, or, like, making people trip downstairs and confuse them on where things were or what's real and what's not. But it just decides not to. It just decides, who gives a fuck? Like, I just wish they would write a more satisfying fight with the demon that doesn't rely on just, like, pure luck that it happens to be a fucking imbecile that they're dealing with from hell. Like, the devil of dummies. Like, it'd be better if there was, like, an actual outsmarting of the demon or something, but there never is. It's just, like, Ed and Lorraine Warren, they go into this house with no fucking plan at all. They just go in there and they're like, oh man, there's definitely a demon here. Alright, let's just wander around aimlessly, all split up. That ought to do it. And, like, even when the demon is, like, fighting them, they do nothing to fight back. Like, he doesn't even, like, read scripture or anything until, like, the very end, and then the demon blows up the scripture. Like, why didn't it just do that in the first place? Again, why not just do it when they first get there or something? Or when, like, he was separated from the book? It's just, I don't know, it's so dumb. Again, you just have to fully suspend your disbelief and just stop thinking in order for, like, the final battles to be, like, palatable. And it's all, I also think it's just kind of cringe too. Like, when the possession happens, now all of a sudden Judy can, like, force push people and she just starts talking shit. That's, like, the big thing is, like, now they talk shit. All of them just, like, I don't know, treat it like an Xbox Live lobby. But, like, really tame. Like, they're not even, like, mean. They're just like, you're ugly. People think you stink. Like, that's the shit talk here in this movie. It's like, okay, come on. Anyway, though, I'll drop that and move on to something else I'm really tired of from The Conjuring, Annabelle. Just let it rest. Jesus Christ, I'm so tired of Annabelle always playing some kind of pivotal role in every Conjuring film. Somehow it always ties back to Annabelle. Goodness gracious. In this film, narratively it makes sense because Judy's here. Obviously, given the history of Judy and Annabelle, I get it. But you didn't need Annabelle this front and center here again. It's just stopped being scary at this point. It's become almost like a glup shitto from Star Wars where, like, Conjuring fans are supposed to point at the screen, "Oh, Annabelle's here!" I guess it's not really like glup shitto because Annabelle's like the fucking Darth Vader of the Conjuring franchise, but, like, it's there just so people will point and be like, "Oh, Annabelle! Yeah!" And to me, I'm just tired of it. I'm so fucking tired of it. But now that you've heard a lot of negativity from me about this film, overall, I don't think it's like a bad movie. Like, I was entertained. I don't regret seeing it. And it did feel like, you know, somewhat emotional to know that the franchise, at least the mainline franchise, is done with this film here. Supposedly. I guess we'll see if they actually commit to it. Hollywood says that shit all the time, only to dust it off like two or 3 years later. But even still, it doesn't change that I actually did care about these characters. And I do think the movie tackled them in a very good way. I really liked seeing them try and, you know, work together to figure out, well, what's next in life, you know? Getting older, you know, this kind of thing. I thought they did a good job character-wise. And, like I said, overall, I was entertained. I guess I just really wanted this film to just, like, actually be a banger and make me feel the same way I felt with the first Conjuring movie. Where at the time, it did feel, like, fresh. It felt like it was doing something kind of special. This one just feels like it's walking the same path and it's more than content to just do the same things again and again and again and again. When it comes to, like, the horror of it. I just would have liked to see it try and spread its wings and do something a little different. Especially in regards to its ending. I'm really tired of, like, the anime battle with the demon, but it's, like, the worst possible anime battle. Like, I would have much rather they thought of a little different spin to do there for the conclusion. Anyway, though, overall, it was a fine movie. I enjoyed it. I think most people are probably going to be satisfied with it. Would be my guess. Like, if you already like the Conjuring movies, you'll probably like this one. It is better than the last one for sure. That's really about it. So, yeah.